Here we are at SEMA 2013, taking a quick look at MSD's booth and some of the new products that we're excited about. Hi, my name is Eric Brock. I'm with MSD Ignition. I'm the product manager for the new Brainwave system. This is MSD's new Brainwave system. It's less of an MSD system and more of a industry system. We're trying to standardize the industry. We're trying to put a common connector and a common language on multiple aftermarket products from multiple aftermarket companies. This allows the user to buy a product from any company and plug it in and communicate through a common network, much like Bluetooth. Creating a common connector, so regardless of whose product you buy, which manufacturer, they'll all have the same connector, much like this. At that point, you can expand the Brainwave to suit your needs, as big or as small as you need, using the same connector.
Yep. Yeah, obviously this is connected.
Imagine the advantage of plugging products from any other company through a single connector, using a single network. You basically plug in and you got a single wire that runs from front to rear of the car. You can plug in 100 products and still communicate through the same wire. As you can see here, we got smart connectors. So essentially everything could just tee into each other. You don't need to hardwire anything, it all just plugs in. You've got a direct plug-in Bluetooth module. This module will allow you to wirelessly communicate through the Brainwave app. Imagine the advantage of having all the components in the car working together and talking to each other. You might be able to have the air suspension lower the car an inch or two when you hit a particular mile an hour, or have the nitrous automatically turn off if fuel pressure drops without having to add additional sensors, additional wiring. It just talks and communicates through a single system. The advantage of doing that is you don't have to add additional sensors, fuel pressure sensor, or anything else to make that work. MSD currently has two products of its own that are Brainwave compatible, which would be the Atomic Transmission Controller as well as the Atomic LS. Now, these products are recognizable as being Brainwave compatible by not only the connector, but the Brainwave compatible logo.
Yeah, so you'll just...
The LS motor here has our Atomic LS system as well.
So, what it is you can read about it.
One of the advantages here, fuel pump for example, rather than just turning a fuel pump on or off, when you're monitoring fuel through a system like this, you could actually look at pressure differentials and determine, do you need to change your fuel filter? Is your pump life up to par? You can also send fuel pressure, fuel level, all that to the dash and the EFI without adding additional sensors. Now, since we're sending fuel from the fuel pump up to the engine, let's talk about our Atomic LS that's sitting on our engine. This is our new LS EFI. We actually released it about a year ago. What differentiates this from most other EFI systems on the market is that we've integrated the computer directly into the fuel rails. By doing this, you eliminate that big bulky harness and the big external ECU. On top of that, it's a self-learning system, so no need for a laptop or a tuner. Here's some additional new products from MSD. Our transmission controller, we just released this. This transmission controller will work for both the GM 4060, 70, 80, 85E, as well as popular Ford transmissions. This can be used as a standalone system or as a Brainwave compatible system. On the Brainwave compatible system, it'll plug directly into the Atomic LS EFI, share signals between that and the engine. We talked about the Brainwave system. MSD just released its transmission controller, which is Brainwave compatible. So it's got the connector on it, which will plug in and communicate with the engine, get the TPS, RPM signals. Our transmission controllers are currently available for GM 4060, 70, 80, as well as popular Ford transmissions. We also offer it as a standalone version for the guy that's not on a Brainwave, for a guy that just has a old carbureted car and wants to put an overdrive transmission in it. Another new product that helps tie the Atomic into transmission control is this module. This current Atomic throttle body and output a 0 to 5 volt signal, which is crucial for aftermarket transmission controllers. Accessory that we've released this year was our coil covers. Now, these coil covers must be used with an Atomic LS EFI, but they mate right up to the Atomic, and in the end they give you a really sleek look, allowing you to hide the coils and all the wiring. On top of that, just like the rail covers, they're aluminum, so they can be chromed, painted, powder coated, anything to match the underhood of your car. What makes this 90mm throttle body different is that it's got a parabolic bore design. Now, what that allows us to do is at partial throttle or light throttle, when you're really driving around not making much power, is you don't have a lot of opening. You basically have the opening at the top and you're still closed at the bottom, which gives you great drivability. But when you go in and go ahead and hammer the throttle, you still got that large 90mm bore. Another new product we're excited about is our throttle-by-wire module. Now, this module's been requested since day one of the release of the Atomic LS. What this allows you to do is plug into the Atomic LS as well as a factory GM pedal and use the throttle-by-wire module. Another request we've had is a good regulator to go along with our fuel systems. Now, you buy an Atomic EFI, you buy the return kit, all we need to tie it up is a regulator. And this regulator is very precise, it's very smooth action, and it just helps tie the system together. This is MSD's line of alternators and starters. They're GM housing except for our small race alternators. They're available in 100 amp, 120, and 160 amp. And they're also available in different finishes from chrome, black, satin, natural, as well as a wrinkle red. The MSD Dynaforce starters are available in two versions. You get the high torque and the high speed.
It's pretty good.
Now, everybody's familiar with the MSD Black Max. They've become a pinnacle in racing. Now, for a long time, people have wanted Black Max. MSD has done just that. We've actually made a completely black Pro Mag as well as points box. In drag racing, it takes a different product to do different things. The power grid changes the way things are done on a drag strip. It gives you, I mean, if you can think of something you want to change with timing, rev limiting, you want to turn something on or off, or you want to record it, the power grid's the way to go. We have the revamped 7AL3, the 7AL2 Plus, and the MSD8 for those who just really need some ignition power. Nothing's more well known than the MSD 6A, 6AL. And MSD offers 6A, 6L for pretty much anything that takes a distributor. Speaking of distributors, we also offer a full line of distributors for your common Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, as well as AMC, Pontiac, Buick, Volkswagen, and many more. Whether you're building a off-road, trail rig or a street car, race car, when you build your ignition, you need to plan it out. Now, MSD offers two types of distributors. They've got a traditional mag pickup distributor, which will directly plug into an MSD box, making connection quite simple. Or you've got a ready-to-run version. Now, the ready-to-run will work with or without a box. Basically, these three wires hook to the coil, and you're ready to go. Now, in addition to ignition, MSD's sister company, RacePack, also offers a full line of data acquisition, dashes, and many other products that make wiring a car and collecting data quite simple. You got things like the Smart Wire, which allow you to completely wire a car without using any fuses or relays. We've got bolt-in dashes. Now, these can be used in conjunction with the Atomic, or they can be used as standalone systems. We've got G2X. Pretty much anything you'd want to record, we got you covered. Many people are very familiar with our Atomic TBI system. It's been on the market for a couple years and it's been a huge success. The Atomic TBI system is now compatible with both boost and nitrous. As you can see here, this engine is set up for both boost and nitrous, which is at home on the Atomic TBI.